live. This is exciting. I'm so much shorter than you on the camera. You just see a bit of my head. Hello.
That's a good point.
Can you... Oh, careful. That's a bit better. There we go. Hi. Oh, we've got some people in already. Hi, guys. Nice to have you in the chat with me. We're going to be doing some colouring today. So, last night and in a couple of streams when Sam's been streaming, I've been rudely interrupting and coming to say hi to you lot and asking if I coloured in some aliens, would you be interested? And would you sit and watch with me and listen to the lovely relaxing music and watch me colour in? And hopefully inside the lines, but I can't promise that. And there was a resounding yes, which really surprised me. So I was so excited last night that I went onto Amazon to a lovely set of grown-up pens and a couple of alien colouring books. And not to brag, but I'm on my dad's Amazon Prime, so it will arrive today. Well, there's one colouring book that's coming at the weekend, but hello, Kate, lovely to see you. Can't keep in the line. Shut up, Sam. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight, maybe for an hour or so, and then Sam's going to come back, step back in, and then he'll do a SETI stream with you guys, and he can talk about more sort of up and coming and interesting things, whereas I am just going to colour in, and you guys are going to watch, and we're going to chat. What I was hoping was, as you know, this is an alien Twitch and TikTok stream. I do not know this stuff. Sam is the one who comes on and starts chatting to you guys and can tell you all the interesting facts and things. I am not that person. If you wanted facts on English literature or weird philosophy things or a few odd stuff about quantum physics, you know, odd bits I pick up here and there, then I'm your girl. But oh, and parrots. I can tell you about parrots if you like. But I don't know so much about aliens and things. So what would be really lovely is if you guys could start telling me some facts so I can sound clever to Sam, is what I was hoping. So what's that, Kate? I'm actually just practicing eye sketches. Oh, hi, Brad. Yes, so I remember when I'm going to get a colouring pen out. I'm going to do this, guys. When I left uni, my first job out of uni was a learning support assistant at a college. And one of the classes I helped in, bearing in mind I had absolutely no experience in this whatsoever, they were like, yeah, you can go on the gaming course. So, okay. One of the boys that I was sort of helping with, not mentoring, that's the wrong word, but anyway, I was sort of attached to him. He was doing the gaming course, and they said, yeah, you can do that with him. And one of the things was learning how to design your characters. And I thought, rather than just sitting there and watching him not want to do it, because that was the bit of the course that he was really not interested in whatsoever, I would give it a go. So I learned how to draw bodies to the right sort of dimensions and all stuff. And one of the things was learning how to draw eyes, and I did at one point know how to draw eyes, and then I've tried since then and they never look quite as good as I remember. I'm not going to keep in the lines.
You should use the fact that it's a historically accurate colouring book to get them to tell them.
Oh yeah, so what's really cool about this book, so I got one book which is hi Harko, hi V. I got one book that's coming, which is Aliens in the Garden, which I just thought was kind of cute and fun. And there were loads of, like, you know, all those cozy, they're branded as cozy. I'm not saying that, cozy colouring books where it's all like these cutesy cartoons and stuff with aliens. And I thought that's not really what I want. And then I came across this one. I'll show you the front cover. Alien Encounters colouring book. And I was very excited because I was like, oh, these might actually be real things. And then I looked and they are. So this one actually tells me, the one that I'm colouring in right now is the aerial school encounter. It happened September 16th, 1994 in Zimbabwe. During a mid-morning break outdoors, more than 50 children at the aerial school in Zimbabwe reported seeing 3 or 4 flying discs land among the nearby trees, and they also claimed that humanoids came out of these flying discs. And one of the kids described the humanoid and said, I'm going to have to peer around the microphone. He had long black hair, large and elongated eyes, and a slit where his mouth would be, and they were wearing shiny black suits. So that's what we're colouring in today. So that's why that's the design that we've got right here. So it doesn't really look like they've put them in suits. I mean, that's a necklace maybe, or the collar of the suit. Oh yeah, you can kind of see a hem there, so maybe they are wearing suits, I'm not sure. But yeah, long black hair, slit, elongated eyes, and then Brian age 5 at the top. So that's what we're colouring in, that's what we can see. It's a school playground, and it is the aerial school incident. So yeah. They come in buses or in flying cars. No, they came in these flying discs. But yeah. Oh, historical alien facts plus colouring page. Nifty. Yeah, I know. And it was only, I think it was like a $5 or something. So yeah, if you like it, you know, feel free to copy me and then we can all colour together. As Sam would say. So yeah. But I haven't coloured in absolute years, so I have no idea how this is going to go. And also, where Sam's positioned the camera, I have to have the book sort of a bit away from me, so it's at a weird angle. So if I am gonna like go outside the lines, and I'm blaming it on Sam, because that's a lot easier to do. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was telling you guys about my first job out of uni with the gaming course. I also helped out with the sports class, which was awful. I hated that. The gaming class I did enjoy. And then, oh, listen to that. Oh, so fun. Yeah, and then the childcare course. But after a few weeks of working there, I found out they were going to do an animal care course, and I was like, oh my god, I've got to get in on that. The woman who did it, she bred Alaskan Malamutes, and she used to bring them in. They were PAT certified dogs, which means essentially they're really super well behaved. So pets as therapy is what PAT stands for. And there was a lovely dog, his name was Doobie. He was massive and so fluffy, and I loved him to bits. And I got to work on the animal care course as well. So yeah, dream job for a while until they decided to shut down that campus and we all got made redundant. So that was fun. So yeah. What's everyone saying? Oh god, I'm missing the chat. I mean, don't worry if you can't colour in the lines. Me neither. We're all learning and practicing this again, and getting used to it. All these colours have really interesting names. I got my sister-in-law a colouring book the other day. That's what made me think of this. I was getting her colouring stuff for her birthday. And one of hers was called Potato Brown. And I thought, that's an excellent name for a colouring pen. What's this one? Vivid Red. We're going to use Vivid Red on this crayon up here. I'm colouring the top first. I know you're probably looking and going, why actually doing the aliens? They're the interesting bit, and that's what we're here for. But I'm colouring the top first because there's this, they bleed through. So the pens come with this little plastic thing to stop it from damaging the next drawing, which is clever, but it's not big enough. So I have to remember to keep moving it. Otherwise I'm going to ruin my book. And that'd be sad. So yeah. Hi everyone, just popped on to say good night. Very early start, have fun colouring. Thanks Simon, we will have fun. But we'll miss you, and hopefully you can join us for another night of colouring. I'm only going to be doing this for an hour or so. Just to see how it goes. How's the chinchillas and the parrots? Now there's a question that I can answer. They're good. So it's coming up to springtime. You wouldn't believe it from the weather. I can't get this pen back in. You wouldn't believe it from the weather, but it is supposedly coming up to springtime. And so, much to my Indian ringnecks disappointment, I can't give them cuddles as much at the minute. Teddy's fine. He's the green sheep conure because he's male. But Brian, she has attached herself to me. I'm mummy. She loves me. But I'm sort of part mummy and part her mate. So during the winter, I give her cuddles. I don't care. I'm giving that girl cuddles because she's adorable and she sits there and sings at me. But then when it gets to springtime, I have to only stroke her on the top of the head. Because anywhere else, she'll get all hormonal and then she'll lay eggs again. And I know what you're probably thinking. Well, what's so bad about them laying eggs? That's what birds do, isn't it? Well, once you see egg binding videos on the internet, then you'll know why I discourage her from laying eggs. And it takes a lot out of them as well, like to actually make the eggs in their little tiny bodies, and then they lay them, and then the first time she laid them, she didn't care about them at all. It was the funniest thing. She laid a couple of eggs. She didn't have a nest. They just fell on the bottom of the cage and smashed, and she couldn't care less. Following year, laid eggs again, and I kept telling her, stop laying them. She laid 2, and she laid 3. She laid 5 in total. All of them looked fine. They all looked perfect. So there's things that you need to watch out for, like how hard the shell is and stuff like that, to see if egg binding is a likely issue. And they were all perfect, and she looked so damn proud. That was the cutest thing. She'd sit there on her eggs and just look up at me and go, Mommy, look what I've done. I'd go, they're beautiful, but please stop. And yeah, but she was absolutely fine. She'd come out once a day for a quick swoop around and a big poop, and then she'd go back to seeing her eggs all day. And that was her for about 3... No, not that long. Maybe 6 weeks. 6 weeks. She refused to eat those eggs. How are you meeting them? How am I meeting who? Keith. This is frustrating. What's frustrating, Keith? Talk to me. What am I doing? Oh, aliens. How am I meeting aliens? I'm not meeting aliens today. Today, I am colouring in aliens. So, if you tune in on other nights, then you will meet Sam, who's my lovely, I can say it, fiance. He does the Skywatch, and he does the SETI streams. And those are a lot more fascinating than this. I was hoping that you guys could tell me some interesting facts about aliens. So Sam thinks I sound clever, which would be cool, because he puts on these documentaries and things, and sometimes they're really interesting. Then other times, I have to be honest, I tune out, which people say they meet aliens and I'm not having any luck. Okay, Keith, now that I can understand. Now, we have seen some odd things in the sky, but spoiler, she is the aliens. Rips off the mask, and there I am. No, a lot of people talk about intention setting when it comes to meeting aliens. There's a lot about putting that energy out into the world. I personally, like, people always say to do that in the chat, especially when Sam's out on location with Pete, like up Clay Hill or something like that. They always say, oh, do a call or whatever to get the aliens to come. And I get it. Like, that is the aim, isn't it? Like, you guys want to see the aliens and things. But I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Because I don't know what I'd do. What would you do, Keith, if you did meet the aliens? Like, why are you keen to meet them? Is there something in particular you want to ask? Or is it just so you know? Because that's the mystery, isn't it? What are you saying, Sam? CES? You have an important request. Ooh. Is that something you're willing to share, Keith, with the rest of the group, or is that a personal request? But yes, peace and love. I agree. Like, a lot of people say, like, oh god, if aliens come, then it might be starting a war and things like that. I think the only way it would start a war is sort of between our countries, you know, wanting who's in charge of talking to the aliens, that sort of thing. I can imagine that people are going to be really uppity about that, about, I want to be the one to talk to them and it should be our country and things. I don't want to meet aliens because I just think I would be totally freaked out. Like, meeting aliens, and I think this is why there are so many skeptics out there. Like, I believe that it's definitely life out there, because I think it would be incredibly ignorant to think we're the only ones, and it's just the possibility of it, right? Like, when you look at percentages and how many suns there are and things. Keep it to myself because people think it's not realistic. Okay. Very important to me, swear to God it is. I'm sure it is. CE5, thank you, Kate. Honestly, the people in this chat are very open, and that's one of the things I love about this little community that Sam has put together. You know, you guys are so up for talking about this stuff, and there's no judgment and things, and I think people also come to the table with things that they are passionate about and things they really care about, and it shows, and I think that's really cool. Exactly, it is a safe space to like come and talk about your beliefs and what you think's out there and what you hope's out there. Why is it important to you? I mean, I think for a lot of people it's important because it will confirm a lot of questions, how they see the world, how our people view the world. Are we alone is also like, I think some people do feel very alone looking out there, and I can understand why. Oh god, this is a lot darker than I thought it would be. It's alright, we're going with it, it's happening now. Yeah, a lot of people feel very alone in the world, and if we are the only ones out there, then that does feel kind of like, oh, we're so tiny, you know. But oh my gosh, he's not gonna have a face by the end of this. Oh Jesus, sorry alien dude, I didn't think it. Look at that doesn't look okay on the camera. It looks like it's gonna be that dark, but I swear to God it doesn't look that dark in this lighting. Maybe it's Sam's lighting, and I've gone over the line. Ugh, this is my first one, guys. Maybe I should have started on a drawing that I like, one of the pages I didn't like the picture, because I have really effed this up already. Oh well. Apparently I am 36 and just learning how to colour in. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, why it's important. Let's just say I love Dragon Ball. That's my heart and passion and what motivates me, and I would likely go there to their world and live my life. I get that. I entirely get that. I love Dragon Ball as a kid. It was me and my brother's thing, and we grew up and Goku and Gohan and Vegeta, and it was the Frieza saga that got us into it, and that's still, in my opinion, the best one. I didn't like the Cell one. That scared me as a kid. But yeah, I used to love Dragon Ball Z. And I think as well, like, as long as I can meet Vegeta, I'm good for it. Hell yeah. I wrote a story about people. Oh, very cool. What kind of story? I'm 55 and can still colour between the lines, lol. Well, good for you. I can't colour in between the lines. I love Gizmo from Gremlins. Made my first cat Gizmo. That's a good name. That's a good name. I see a lot of chinchillas called Gizmo, actually. Ours all have people names. I like animals with people names. We have Ruby and Sophie, the chinchillas, and then we also had Tom and Tufty, the chinchillas, before that. Tufty was the most animal-y name that we've had. And that was because he came with the name. To be fair, his name was actually Tuffy, but we called him Tufty because he was roughy tufty. Yeah, I miss them. They were my boys. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Oh, but as a kid as well, like, I really thought, like, looking at them doing, like, the energy balls. What's it called? When they go, Kamehameha. That one. And they make the little... they make the energy balls. And I remember sitting there for ages as a kid going, if I really concentrate, then maybe I'll get to do it. Hi, A-Up. Yes, get your colouring book. Colour with me. hate the fat people giving them a hard time. Oh, chat. Do you mean AI? What? See, I can't read that. My eyes are being... Oh, characters AI. Oh, what's that? I've not heard of that. I'm going to say it. I like AI. I talk to ChatGPT like it's my buddy. I know you're not supposed to do that, but it helps me when I'm like the other day when I had my car issues. I just chatted to ChatGPT about it, which meant I wasn't bugging Sam. Oh my god. Where are we? Oh no. What's happening? There we go. There we are. Yeah, I think AI is a brilliant tool. I think people will use it wrong. I think creating things from it and stuff, and then trying to pass it off as real or as your own and things, I can see that as being problematic. I think with any new technology, though, there are going to be people who use it wrong and use it for nefarious deeds. I mean, the internet. God, the internet is used for terrible, terrible things. And it's also used for wonderful, wonderful things. Like this. And I don't think that means that we should never have used the internet. Whatever technology is out there, there'll be people who use it for good. Real good. And then people use it for bad. And that's what we've got to just be careful about, I think. Kids should be allowed on social media. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of kids on social media. I think it's... Oh, not allowed. Sorry. Yeah, so I know, I find it so weird, the idea that... Because social media became sort of a big thing once I was a teenager, 18. I remember uploading my pictures from the night out onto Facebook and being really excited about it. So I keep getting distracted talking to you guys instead of actually doing the colouring in. Yeah, and I remember... But I would find it so weird. Kids these days have their whole lives documented on social media. Like, from such a young age to... Why am I using the small end? To have everything just out there and constantly under scrutiny, and I couldn't bear it. Like, my MySpace was bad enough. Do you remember when MySpace, you could make your top friends? And I remember checking people's top friends diligently and being like, oh, so-and-so's moved from the top space down to number 5. What has happened there? That is drama. And yeah, I couldn't hack doing that from, age dot. That would be very difficult, I imagine. I wonder what it's doing to their development. But again, social media can be a source for good and it can be a source for bad. It's how lots of people keep in contact with loved ones. Like, I have some friends who I haven't seen for years, but through the power of social media, I know that they just got their degree in mental health. And they got a first, and I was really proud of them. And yeah, I think good and bad everywhere. Top 5 and top 8, I remember. Any entertainment after anything else is creepy. Yeah, I get that. What kind of work do I do? Okay, right. Now there's a question. So I used to be in teaching. Hated it. That's a lie. I love teaching. I hated working in the schools. There's so much... Not only is it like the rules and the strict restrictions and stuff, which I get why it's in there, but it, it does go over the top as well. Would you believe the adults are just as cliquey as the kids? I hated it. and the kids were awful. Like, I didn't mind when I worked with kids who were, so when I worked at the college, it was specifically with kids who had like emotional or behavioural difficulties and stuff, and that I didn't mind when they were naughty or whatever, because like it was hard, but I got it. And then one day I started working in quite a privileged school, and the kids were worse. Yeah, they were really entitled and stuff, and like they just, it doesn't help that I was a substitute teacher. I was a 25-year-old substitute, barely 5 foot, telling 16-year-old lads to give me their mobile phone or they were going to have to stay after school. And they're like, you can't make me do that. And oh, it's horrible. But enough about that. You asked me what I do for work now. What I do for work now is oh my god, really? Keith, that would be amazing. I would love to do that. Yeah. What's your talk show about? Tell us more. I'd love to hear more about that. Because I really, like I said, I really enjoyed working with the kids with learning disabilities and things. Because I understood that. Because I'm neurodivergent myself. And yeah, I could get to grips with what they were going through and like trying to find new ways of explaining stuff to them. I absolutely loved. What I do now is nothing to do with that. I fell into it. I work in the film industry. You know, when a new film comes out and the film distributor wants the press to go see it and review it. I'm the middleman, essentially. We've got software that connects the distributors with the press. And yeah, it sounds a lot more interesting than it is. I'm mostly just answering emails all day. But there are some fun bits, you know, and I really like my boss, and I get to work from home, and yeah, lots of responsibility. So I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky, even if I do get bored sometimes. I've got the top of a pen, and I can't, where did it go? Well, that's going to turn up later. That'll be fun. So yeah, that's what I do now. Breaking Barriers, brought to you by Keith's Andrew Network. Been talking show host for, is that 13 years? Wow. Keith, that sounds amazing. I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Can you send a direct message to this? Well, it'll go to Sam, but he'll tell me. And that will remind us to actually go look at it. Because I have a memory like a sieve, Keith. I'm not going to lie to you. Has Alan been drawing on your picture? Let's see if I can get Alan on board. Hello, Alan. Here's your pen. Okay. Okay, what bit do you want to colour in? Do you want a green pen? That sounds more like you. Let's get you a green pen, Alan. Nightly, lovely to see you. Hopefully see you again soon. Okay, this is harder than I thought it would be. Go on, Alan. Yeah. Alan, we forgot to put the plastic bit underneath. It's gone through onto. Oh. Yeah, you're causing trouble. I knew you would. As soon as someone said get Alan involved, I was like, oh. You just DM'd us. Thank you, Keith. Yeah, definitely. You know, I'd love to. I always find that topic really interesting. I can't tell you how knowledgeable I am about it these days because it's been, God, 10 years since I worked in that field. But I'm still very passionate about it. And so is Sam, actually, about education and people who don't fit the mold in education. Sam could talk about it for hours. Wait, does Alan have a tail? You've never known that Alan has a tail? Oh my gosh, yes, he wags it when he's happy. Show him your butt. There he is. Wow, the things that we're discovering tonight. Does our aliens have tails? I had no idea Alan had a tail. Guys, Go check your aliens, see if they've got tails. And that can be, maybe that's a, like, property that all aliens have. Maybe these guys secretly, I'm going to draw a tail now. Now that we've said that, I'm going to give one a beautiful tail. I'm thinking a blue tail for this guy. That's, no, not that end. He's going to have a lovely blue tail. And he's going to... Oh no, I've just realised I've just made him essentially decided he's going to be an avatar. That's boring. I'm waiting for the SF movie Hail Mary. That's probably one that's coming out. I think I've seen that. I think I've seen the trailer for that. People think as well, because I work with the film stuff, that I know about films. Like, a number of times I tell people, oh yeah, this is my job, and they're like, oh, do you know, like, all the films that are coming out? And do you get to go see free screenings? And I go, no. I mean, I could go see screenings. Like, I often get offered press tickets to screenings. But by the time I get to London and, you know, pay for the train ticket and then pay for food while I'm there and all that, it's no longer a free ticket. You used to, and the free DVDs, yes. When we still lived in Essex, it was also a lot easier to get to London. You know, it was only an hour out. So if it was something really good, then I'd go see it. But now that we're in Wiltshire, God, it cost me like 70 quid to get there and back. I just don't, and that's if I use trainline.com. Non-spawn. They do have pretty good deals, so if they did want to sponsor us, that'd be great. Yes, you missed the BAFTA DVD, so it's a little bit more about our work. Is we work closely with BAFTA Awards, and it used to be that we mail out DVDs and stuff to the voters, and I had to sign all these non-disclosure things because some of the voters are famous people, and that's always fun. Just touching the envelope, knowing it's going to their address and going, oh. I have not met famous people through my job. I actually met more famous people when, before I got this job, I did some freelance writing for a film website. And that's when I started going to the press screenings and stuff, which is what helped me get this job, because it made me sound like I knew what I was doing, which I didn't. But I love to write, so I wrote these articles. And I know the kid said that this alien had beautiful black hair, but I'm thinking I'm going to give him something fun. Because I've already made his skin, like, really dark grey, and I missed a bit. I can't remember what colour I used. This is going terrible. Oh, it was that colour. I'm back in the game. Okay. Yeah. But some of my friends who work for more like the publicity side of things, they get to meet some really cool people, and they've got like fun photos. But when I did the press screenings, I've got a very blurry, do I have a gold? No, I don't. That'd be very cool. But yeah, they get to meet a lot more famous people because they do like the press junkets and stuff, you know, like when... So what they do for the press junkets is the celebrity sits in a room and then the interviewers come to them. So that's what they help organise. So they get to meet all the famous people and do cool stuff like that. I just sit there writing emails to journalists and stuff and saying like, oh, this is how you change your profile settings. And I'm also the data protection officer, so I have to do all the GDPR stuff. So yeah, my job is not thrilling. It sounds cooler when I tell people. I like to say I work in the film industry. I'm gonna give him purple hair. I've decided, because if I've made this drawing weird already, then I might as well give him purple hair. Why not? Oh, my phone's tinging. I sound popular now as well. That's exciting. I'm not popular. I've got like... Although I think having fewer but better friends is definitely more important in life. Oh, listen to that. Doesn't that... Listen. Oh. That sounds nice. Yeah, I think I'd... Yeah, the few times that I have met celebrities, and like this isn't to do with work, this has been like book signings and stuff I've gone to, I'm terrible at meeting celebrities. I completely, like, I think I'm going to be really cool. I remember I went to a Mighty Boosh book signing once, and I was so excited, and I went by myself, which was brave, and I went to this book signing, and I got to the front, and Julian said, he said, "Hi, how are you?" It was only after I walked away that I realised I hadn't replied. I just smiled at him going, he's like, "Okay." And yeah, got the book signed though. And then when I was like 17, I just started getting, like, saving up money to buy people proper Christmas presents. And I decided I was going to get... Do you remember the pub landlord, Al Murray? When he was still doing his stand-up? I don't know if he does it much anymore. But he was releasing a DVD and he was doing DVD signings. And I was like, that's such a cool present. So I trotted off to London and I met Al Murray. And got him to sign my thing. And I said I did talk to him this time. I'm really excited to meet you. This for my dad. And that was it. So yeah, I am not cool meeting celebrities. So please don't ask me to. Who else have I met? Katya. At DragCon one year. That was really fun. Again, I made a complete tit of myself. We won't go into that. Now you'll want to go into it. So yeah. Round the loop. Is that hair? I'm gonna make it hair. Why not? Doesn't he look fancy? Oh my god. I met Stuart Lee once and was excited, and when I got there I just went, "Oh, it's my birthday." In my defense, it was my birthday. That would have been hilarious if it wasn't. If that was what you came out with, like, "It's my birthday." At least that would have been an excuse, like, he'd have to be nice to you. Not that I think he'd ever not be nice. My mum wasn't too happy when I did it. She was kind of mortified, actually. "Oh, I think you did very well." Oh wait, no, Kate. I'm reading the wrong people. Kate, what are you talking about? Where's the mouse? I've missed chat. I've missed interesting chat. Sam! Sam, you have to come up. I'm missing the chat. I want to see what everyone's saying. I'm going to put it on here. On my phone. So that's probably the easiest way to do it, you know? Hey, why is my... There I am. Why am I so small? On the thing. Okay, what's Kate talking about? You scared the crap out of David Beckham. That's brilliant. I like that. David Mitchell was a total belt. No, don't lie to me. That's funny. I like that. Don't tell me that David Mitchell was a belle. That's sad. I hate it when that happens. That was, to be fair, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I met Noel Fielding, to be fair, in his defense, I had been in the queue to meet him for like over an hour. Like, I think it was like a 2-hour queue. And by the time I got to the front, he was clearly sick of it. And I just remember finally meeting Noel Fielding, and I had such a huge crush on him at the time, and I was like, and he just didn't even look at me, and then turned around and went, "How many more have we got to do?" And I was like, oh, my whole heart shattered that day. But I forgave him, because why not? I keep forgetting that I'm colouring. See, this doesn't look like his tail. It looks like he's done a blue fart. Oh no. Oh well. At least he doesn't look like Avatar. I've not seen the new Avatars. I've only ever seen the first one. Can someone tell me if the other ones are worth watching? Because I think they probably aren't. I figure they're probably basically the same story. I think someone described it to me as Smurfs doing Fern Gully. Did you guys ever watch Ferngully? That was a brilliant film. When I was a kid, that was one of my favourites. One of my go-tos. I'm going to have to make him blue because his supposed tail's blue, and I think that might help the illusion that it's his tail. So I'm going to have to make his skin blue, so... This is... I know it's my first attempt, and, you know, you have to be brave and be okay with failure, right? But I'm one of those people who I'm like, no practice, just good. You love Ferngully, I'm glad. You did love Ferngully though. You've only seen the first Avatar, yeah? I actually know what Avatar. Ah, Planet of the Apes is also nice. Have I seen Planet of the Apes? I think I've seen, if I didn't see all of it. Batty is brilliant. Did you know, so, obviously that's voiced by the wonderful Robin Williams, and he did it at the same time as Aladdin came out, and obviously he was the genie in Aladdin, and Disney wanted him to basically sign saying, I won't do any other films, and he'd already said, no, I'm doing Ferngully, and they're like, no, you're gonna have to cancel it, they have to find someone else, and he went, no, I'm doing Ferngully. He'd already promised, and he wasn't going to back out of his promise. And I just think that is class. And, yeah, but there was all these rules about, the merchandise and stuff, and I can't remember it all now. But, yeah. Fun fact. Well, if you can call that a fact. Me sort of rambling off. I am off, Leanne. Just put a coloured one you're making. Robin Williams, a legend. Yes, I know. I'm so glad he did. He was a legend. He was a legend. I was so sad. He was one of Sam's heroes. And as we were saying the other night, when a celebrity passes away, I very quickly get an autograph. To be fair, I had been looking at autographs from Robin Williams for years because I knew he was one of Sam's favourites. So I was like, I'm definitely going to get him a Robin Williams autograph. It was like on my watch list, but I didn't have the money. But then when I saw literally the news broke, and it was like 10 o'clock at night here or something, it was late, and I went, and in my brain the first thing I thought was, that autograph's gonna go up in price. So I went on eBay and I bought it straight away, and now we've got that in the bathroom as well, so that's nice, along with Rick Mayall and Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. The next one I want to get is Jonathan Frakes. You're going to be in for trouble when Ian McShane does. He's already got an Ian McShane autograph. It's not on display though, so I'm a bit sad about that, but I got him. Did you know that Ian McShane did an album? He did. So I got him the record. I got it on vinyl. Ian McShane's album, and it's signed. I think that's the one. Yes, that's the one that's missing the lid. Satisfying. Yeah. We've also got a Margaret Thatcher autograph somewhere as well, which is slightly controversial, I suppose. But yeah, that's somewhere. That's not on display either, for reasons. But it's the recorded. It's all on tape. Her autobiography, audiobook. Her reading it out, and it's signed. I've got a Spike Milligan signed books. They're called, and they're not. Did you know Neil Buchanan from Art Attack is in a rock band? No, I did not know that. That's awesome. Did you know that Neil is available for hiring as a DJ? Now that I did know, because I was going to do that. That was my dream for my 30th. When I was in my 20s, I was like, I'm going to get Neil Buchanan. And it was him. And do you remember the twins from Funhouse? They come with him for the DJ sets. And I was like, that is amazing. Funhouse was the thing I always wanted to go on. It looked amazing. And I'm surprised they haven't made, like, you know how they've got a Crystal Maze experience and stuff like that. I'm like, why haven't they done a Funhouse one yet? You know? But yeah, Funhouse is... Oh! You're so right. I'm such a moron. Neil Buchanan. It's Pat Sharp, who's the DJ. Thank you for correcting me, Rosetta. But yeah, it's Pat Sharp who's the DJ. Neil Buchanan has the rock band, and that's why I got confused. Yes. So yeah, I was gonna have Pat Sharp on my 30th. But I ended up not doing that because... what did we do instead? There was a pop-up cafe with Dutch hounds in my local pub, and that was fun. And it was just before Pat Sharp had some funky hairstyles. That's very true. I'm going to present a live for us. That would be amazing. You know, you can get... have you guys been on that Cameo website? See, I said to Sam ages ago, and in all honesty, I'm surprised that I said yes to him when he proposed, because I said to him ages ago that when you propose to me, what you've got to do is you've got to go on Cameo, you've got to pay Jonathan Frakes whatever his rate is at the time, and you got to get him to do it for you through the Cameo, and he didn't do that, and I very nearly said no. I was like, but he did good in other ways, so I let him off. But I definitely want a John Frakes autograph. Whenever I see Will Riker come up in any series other than Next Gen, I always go, oh my god, it's Will! You've used Cameo before for videos for the kids. That's so cool. I love that. I did it for my friend, her hen do. No, her wedding. I got one of the drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race to wish her a happy wedding. Happy marriage? I don't know. But yeah, that was fun. That video asking questions make me... yes, it's so good. And when he says like, just Jonathan Frakes gaslighting you for 2 minutes straight. We gotcha. Never happened. It's just that kills me every time. If I'm ever in a bad mood, just Google that. Yeah. I'm not getting very far with this colouring. I keep just chatting rubbish with you guys. Is that good? I don't know. I was hoping that what would happen is I would have like 50 viewers and Sam would be like, oh my god, will you ever spend a night in a cemetery? How big is it? Yes, exactly, Rosetta. That is exactly what he sounds like. Yeah, just gaslighting you the whole way. And I wouldn't mind. I would let Jonathan Frakes gaslight me. And I stand by that. Have you ever eaten spaghetti? Have you ever parked your car and then not remembered where you parked it? Have you ever ridden a bus? We gotcha. Never happened. I've just given up trying to make this look good, and I'm just having fun with it now. My aliens are funky disco aliens, and you can't tell me otherwise, children of Zimbabwe. I don't care what the eyewitnesses said. This is what my aliens look like. You guys have given me nothing about aliens. You've got to tell me a cool fact about aliens that I can then tell Sam, and then I sound clever. You need to do that for me. Yeah. I don't know, you guys. What was I saying? I was actually talking about aliens at the beginning of this, and it was going really well, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll actually sound half interesting. What was it that I was saying? I don't know what I would say if I met an alien. I'd probably just scream. Depends what they said. If they look like these guys, I think I'd be quite freaked out. Because they look quite menacing. Especially this dude. He looks grumpy as hell. He's only got one eye. I'd be grumpy too if I only had one eye. Yeah, if they look this grumpy, then yeah, I'm running away. Aliens are rubbish at ice sculptures. You didn't say the fact had to be true. Did you ever... This is another complete tangent. There was an episode of Jonathan Creek where they said, oh my god, there's an alien in the back of this van. And then they looked in the van and the alien was gone. You still can't believe that Alan has a tail. Alan has a tail, and he's got a couple of tall tales to tell you as well. Yeah, there was an alien in the back of the van, and then if you touched it, it burnt your hands, but it was freezing cold. So how could it burn your hands, but it was freezing cold? And then when they went in there, it was gone. And how did it get out? And yeah, I don't want, spoiler alert, guys. It was a statue made of mercury, maybe? Something like that. It was, I think it was mercury, because as soon as it got to room temperature, it melted and went into the pedestal that it was on. It had like grooves that meant that it seeped away into the pedestal, so it looked like it disappeared, but it hadn't. It melted, and I was like, that's clever. So, and that's why it like burnt the touch and things like that. But yeah, been ages since you watched Jonathan. Hi, how are you, Joseph? I am well, thank you. We are colouring in between talking about Pat Sharp and Jonathan Creek and autographs and things. Jonathan Creek is such a good shout. Like, if you're just looking to chill out one day at home, stick on Jonathan Creek. Chill out. It's one of Sam's favourites as well. He's such an old man. No, not even an old man. He's a middle-aged woman. But I love him. Him and his Ian McShane and Jonathan Creek obsessions. And alien obsessions. Put up with a lot, don't I, guys? My aliens have tails. How did we not notice that? How did you... See, they've been sitting there wagging their tails at you and you not even noticed. Oh my gosh. I still don't have one yet. So you don't have one yet? Oh, you've got to get yourself an Alan. Everyone's got to have an Alan in their lives. I've even got one of those little baby Alisons. We should get a girl one and call it Alison. That could work. And then he can have a little girlfriend. Would you like that? No, I don't think he would. He is a solitary creature. You're getting one on Saturday. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. They're taking over the world slowly but surely. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, if this whole stream was just convincing you guys to get these aliens and they were just insidiously, like, getting into your houses, and then one day they will just wake up. Wagging his tail is not the only thing he waves at me. They are not polite. Hey up, that's rude. You can't say that and then make me say it out loud. Oh no. Unless you mean like wagging their middle finger. I'm gonna pretend that's what you meant. Or wagging their butt. Standing there like wagging their butt like that. That's fun. I like that imagery. Definitely not a finger or a butt. Ah, he's wagging his butt. Whenever I do that, it reminds me of, do you guys watch, have you ever watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia? There's a bit where Charlie's dancing and he's wiggling his butt, and I do that at Sam a lot. I don't think he remembers the reference because it was a very long time ago we watched that. I think he just thinks it's a thing I do now. But there's method to my madness, you guys. Let's colour in his necklace. I keep using the little tips. And I don't know. Because the big tips, like, they're big, but they're also like highlighter shape. So that's really difficult for getting in the lines. Like, maybe this is too detailed for those. Let me get a different color and I'll color in his suit using the big end, not that color. What color? What color suit are you wearing, Mr. Man? You can wear ultramarine. You guys love Always Sunny. Yes, I love Always Sunny. It's one of my favourite shows. And then Netflix decided to make it so it's behind a paywall, which infuriates me. So I've not actually watched. Oh, this is the same colour as his hair. Oh, he's matching, you guys. I have a feeling that this is going to happen a lot. I'm going to have my favourite colours and just keep going back to them without even realising. Look at that. This is what the big tip's for, you guys. Beautiful. Yeah. Yes, colour in with me. Everyone get a colouring book. And then on nights where Sam wants me to take over for whatever reason, or I insist on taking over for whatever reason. Oh, look, yeah, that's what the big tip's for. Did you see that? Oh, beautiful. No, it's not the same colour as his hair. It's close. But I'm not as boring as I think I am. I've got a t-shirt with the Nightman Cometh on it. I remember once I was walking through the streets of Southend and I heard two lads singing, Dayman, fighter of the Nightman, champion of the sun. And as I walked past them, they went, champion of the sun, and I just turned around and went, and they were like, yes! And I'd never felt so cool in my entire life. Yeah. That is an excellent show. I haven't watched the latest season. I really want to. I think I'm just gonna have to fork out the money. Shut up and take my money, Netflix. It's ridiculous though, because I already pay money to have the privilege of watching shows with adverts. It's like, why am I paying for adverts? It's ridiculous. If you're having to watch adverts, then I think you should get it for free, because they're already getting money from the advert revenue. But no, they know that mummy needs her streaming. Mama can't live without it, which is a shame. And that's my argument for when, because I keep seeing people writing about AI on internet, comes up on my newsfeed and stuff, and they're like, oh, it uses so much water to cool the vents. And I'm like, do you have any idea how much water you streaming stuff costs? So if you're gonna start talking about that, maybe start fixing stuff at home. Stop having YouTube on for 6 hours a day as background noise, you know? Not that I'm saying you should do that, because I'm not, because I do that, and I'm not going to stop doing that. But what I mean is, pot call the kettle black, as the saying goes, you guys. If you're going to start saying AI uses lots of water, then you need to look at all the other stuff you do that consumes water and maybe think about that. So yeah, that's my big political view for the day. I hope you enjoyed that. Now let's get back to talking about Jonathan Creek. There was one episode I remember that really freaked me out as a kid, where I think they thought the devil was possessing a guy, and some guy lit on fire by a pool. I've got a very distinct memory of someone being by a swimming pool and being on fire, and I was freaked out. I was like, what is happening here? Really fancy watching Jonathan Creek now. Yet the colouring book's in a difficult position, so I'm sorry that my voice keeps going in and out of sound. But I have to look around the microphone to look at what I'm colouring in. I've been doing this for 59 minutes now, which is nice. But I think that means that Sam's going to take over shortly and start his SETI stream. And, have you guys been gifting? Oh my god, I've not been... Sam's gonna really tell me off for not saying thank you for your gifts, you wonderful people. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm so new to this still that I don't notice these things, and I've been terrible at keeping up with the chat. I just like knowing that you're there with me. And I can feel it. I can feel that I'm not alone right now, and that we're colouring or watching me colour together. But thank you so much. That's really kind of you guys. I was not expecting gifts. It all goes back into making all of this possible and making things better for you guys in the community. It all goes back into that. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing the call outs as well, like telling you to join Patreon and things like that, and the Discord. You should do that if you haven't. I think though, looking at who's in the chat, you're all part of it already anyway. So if you're not a part of our Discord, where have you been? Join it now, please. It's where we do movie club. It's where we get a lot of AI artwork and things and play around with that, which is a lot of fun. I love the posters that you guys come up with. They're so good. And like that engagement card, I'm keeping forever. Yeah, I love it so much. It's such a good little community. I'm terrible at posting in it, so that's something I've got to get better at. But yeah, join our community. We'd love to have you. And make sure that you're following, because when I'm not taking over and doing colouring, Sam is either doing, he actually does the proper stuff on this channel. He will be on here and he will do Skywatches, where we have a camera set up in our garden looking at the skies over Wiltshire, and it is absolutely stunning. Like, a couple of really good articles in the Discord today. Ooh, hey up, tell me more. What's in there? What do I need to catch up on? But yeah, when we lived in Essex, like, we did not have the skies that we have here. Like, occasionally if you went out into the countryside, you'd see some good skies, but you'd have to go out, you know, out of your way. I'm testing out some water marbling with crystal Crayola chalks. That's cool. Definitely updates on 3i Atlas. I asked Sam about 3i Atlas the other day, and yeah, I just wondered because it just seemed to stop. And people stopped asking about it in the chat. I was like, is it gone? I don't know. Put the results of your testing with water marbling in the Discord, Rosetta. I want to see that. I'm really excited because hopefully I'll be getting my craft room eventually. The spare room in this house was always, I say craft room, my office / craft / all my tut gets to live in there. And at the moment it is Sam's storage, and then where he kicks me out when I'm snoring, because we've got the spare bed in there. And I do snore. And he still proposed. Nuclear bombers in US grounded due to UFO sightings. What? That's exciting. I would like to know more about that. I don't know much about what's going on. I had a really embarrassing moment the other day at book club where they were talking about the fact that their husbands or their family or whatever, there was more training going on in the army camps. Army camps? No? Regiments? Around the town. And I went, oh, why? And they were like, do you not watch the news? And I went, no, I don't. Because the news makes me sad, you guys, and I would rather live in blissful ignorance. Because I worry about stuff enough without having, like, actual world crises to worry about as well. No fair, when I wake John up for snoring, he giggles at me and tries to push me out of bed in his sleep. Yeah, Sam does try to sort of nudge me. But, oh my god, you know when you're half asleep and things seem like, if there's a noise or a movement or something, it seems so much more dramatic. So he says that he says, I just gently sort of squeeze you. It feels like he's doing the Heimlich maneuver, and I wake up going, oh, no, and it's awful, which is why we decided that it's actually better for him to just kick me out into the spare room, because at least then I'll get a solid night's sleep. The news makes me want to hide under a rock. Yeah. I'm the same. That's why I don't watch the news. Like, I do try and find out, like, when something important's going on. Like, I do search it out myself. but I don't want to be confronted with it, if that makes sense. Piece of music in the Discord, written and included sounds and stuff from the Voyager probe. Beautiful. That's cool. I'll have to go listen to that. I like the sound of that. I know some undisclosed info about our armed forces at the moment, so I'm putting my shoe in my mouth. Oh my... Okay. You can't say that. Oh my god. Trying to think if we can have a code word. For just, you know, shit's gonna hit the fan or something, you know. We can have a code word. Maybe Alan knows something. And he can stop whatever's going on. I'd like that. We'll just hug our Allens for safety. See, I'm completely ruining the facade that Alan's a bastard because I'm just sitting there giving him a hug. I love him. Hey, hi Alan. Everything is fine. Hug Alan. I will. Alan will protect me. It's fine. I'm not gonna stress. And that's why I don't watch the news, guys. So if you ever start talking about something and I'm just like, what? Just remember, Leanne is horribly ignorant about the world around her. And terribly uninformed. And that's why. No, I do, it is important, and I do try, like, if I see something's going down, I will go hunt out the information, but like from multiple sources and stuff like that, and yeah. Because you get stuck in doom scrolling and things, and then you end up with biased feeds and all that sort of stuff. Nah, not for me. I much prefer sitting here talking with you guys about Jonathan Creek and Pat Sharp and how I'm doing a terrible job at this colouring. Like, honestly, as well, it doesn't help because there's these kids' drawings here. I didn't do those drawings. I'm not that bad. That was actually colouring in the book. That's supposed to look like that, okay? So... 10 gallons of nonsense in a 9-gallon bucket. That, I've not heard that phrase before, and I'm gonna steal it. I like that. But, yeah, if you're just joining us, I have taken over the stream, and I am colouring in. Although I think Sam's gonna come up any minute now, because we agreed that I was gonna do an hour, and then he was gonna come up and do his SETI stream, because I wanted to have a bath before bed. So then tomorrow I can get up and just do my chores and just get on with life, you know? But he's probably forgotten. I bet he's not even watching this anymore. And he has no idea what the time is. So you guys might be stuck with me. I don't know. Oh, but oh, you are here. Hi, honey. But you're doing so well. I think I had 9 viewers at one point, so... He is lurking. He's just being a creep, lurking in the chat. That's fine. That's fine, darling. I get it. See, that's what happens when you use the big end, guys. Now look at him. Oh, it looks like he's got a weird eye patch on. Oh, God. Creepy man Sam doing what he does best. Yep. I'm gonna... The guy at the back's also got purple hair. He has copied the guy in the front. He thinks he looks cool, and I want to look like him. And instead of being bald like the others, we're going to do his hair. In fact, yeah, look how pretty he is, guys. He has beautiful long hair. I love it. I'm having fun. I mean... I don't know if you guys are having fun, but I'm having fun. Did he tell you we're going to be back around the corner from you beginning of April? No, he didn't. What? What are you doing? What are you doing in my neck of the woods? Eh? You causing trouble. I'd really like to arrange a meet-up with you guys at some point. I know we've talked about it in the past. When there's been... Oh my god, what's happened? You know what, I'm going to change that into, you know, Geordie in Star Trek has a visor. That alien has a visor, like Geordie. Okay. John's just literally around the corner from you. Oh, really? Uh-huh. The drink we're meant to have at Christmas. Yes, definitely. I think your picture is looking really good. Thank you, V. See, that's the kind of cheerleaders I need in my life. I'm just going to keep you guys around. I'm a good You've mastered the eye drawing. Yep. Yes, I will be your good luck charm. I like that. Think Warminster Prep School, that close. Oh my god. Really? I was planning to look there as a wedding venue, you guys, for the reception. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea about venues for weddings. That's the one thing. Like, I've already been thinking about, like, little details. You know, like table settings and what kind of confetti we'd have and that sort of thing. I'm good at details. Sam's the big person, a big picture person. So when it comes to venues and stuff like that, no idea. No idea where to start. And I've asked up for a bunch of brochures every time I've been on the website. It's put in your email address for a brochure. And I'm like, thank you. But you also have to put in your phone number. Can help if needed. Yes. Yes. Any suggestions? I don't even know what I want. Not too expensive is one of the main things. I got married at the registry office and me and the family went for a carvery after. That sounds lovely. I think that's the sort of thing Sam would want to do, to be fair. Dusting off his party shoes at reception. Do you know that man is impossible to get on the dance floor? Get my WhatsApp off Sam and send me details of what you like and want and numbers. Okay, Rosetta, once we know more details, because at the minute we haven't even thought about like a guest list or anything like that, or a budget or anything. I've only been engaged for a month, you guys. So yeah. It would have been, but my oldest sister made me wear a big puffy wedding dress. Oh no. I'm sure you look beautiful, Kate. Honestly. My friends, see, that's another one I have no idea about. A wedding dress, like, I want to go try some on and see what I like, because I have no idea. And I know from talking to all my friends who've gotten married, that tends to be like, hold on. Or we can make a mood board. Oh my god, I have been making a mood board in Canva of little things that I find that I like. Yes, love that idea. Okay, we're getting somewhere. What else am I doing? What was I saying? Wedding dresses. Yes, I have no idea. I'm not a ball gowny person, but I know from talking to all my buddies who have gotten married, and I figured this is probably what would happen. You go in with an idea in mind, and then you tend to come out with something completely different. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'd be happy to be proven. Like, I have literally no idea. I think probably, but like one of my friends went from like, actually absolutely true from what I've experienced. Yeah, one of my friends went in and her plan was like a nice sort of simple lacy number. She came out with a corset, princess dress, full glitter. She looked stunning. She looked like a princess, and we all knew it was the one because I was there at the time. And I got tears in my eyes, and I was like, oh my god, that's the one. That's the one, you guys. And she knew it as well. And then she put the veil on, and it was just, yeah. And then one of my other friends had this beautiful, she did actually go with the lacy number. She wasn't expecting to, but she got this beautiful lacing with a train. And you'd go for a romancy sparkle. Yeah, definitely. We need to get Alan a little tux. Oh, I love that. Yes. Mate wore a black ball gown and walked down the aisle to the death march. That's very cool, Rosetta. I do like that. Sam keeps telling me that I'm not allowed to play My Chemical Romance, and I'm like, it's my wedding too. I'm gonna play My Chemical Romance. Okay? I've not suggested that I walk down the aisle to Black Parade, so he should be grateful for that. I was also gonna suggest karaoke, but I know that he would die, so that's a shame. And it is our wedding. It's our wedding day, so I've got to make some the pen won't go back in. Not the Black Parade. He hates that song. He likes the first My Chemical Romance album, but I saw them live when they were doing the original Black Parade tour, and like I never really cared about My Chemical Romance until one of my friends had a spare ticket, and she was like, "Come to Brixton, come see this gig," and I was like, "Fine, I'll be an emo kid for the night," because I decided that I was too cool. I was grunge or goth, right? I wasn't emo. I was so emo. I have a t-shirt that says "quite emo" on it, which I think suits me very well. But yeah, I wasn't into My Chemical Romance, or at least I told everyone I wasn't into My Chemical Romance. I was into real music. And but then I saw them live. And oh my god. Yeah, once you see them live, like, then all their songs suddenly make sense. And then when I saw the Black Parade live, it was amazing. Honestly, I always preferred the used. Okay, so you're the emo here, Rosita. Sam was a proper little emo kid. He had the full fringe and everything. I've still got I've still got my side fringe. But that's because I've got a round shaped head and I want it to look less round. No, Gerard Way. I had posters of Gerard Way on my ceiling. Absolutely loved him. Still do. I'm not seeing them live. I saw them at their most recent tour. But I'm not seeing them for this one because, quite frankly, I didn't have 80 quid to sit in the heavens, barely able to see them. I remember when we saw them in Brixton and at Wembley, it was like, well, actually the Wembley one was quite expensive because, so I couldn't get tickets to the Wembley one. And then I turned 17 and my parents said, look, you've turned 17 and both your brothers, when they turned 17, we paid for their driving lessons. Okay. They said, we can either pay for your driving lessons or we can get you a ticket to that sold out gig you wanted to go to. I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. So I went to go see My Chemical Romance at Wembley, and I learned to drive a couple of years ago. There's a reason there's no late teen pics of me. Oh, I had my screamy music. I did Skater Jeans with random chains. Yes, I love that. Yeah, Avril Lavigne, voice of our generation. But yeah, I remember once when I was in the park and someone came up to me and went, "Are you Avril Lavigne?" And I was like, yeah, fun times. I love it. I'm still emo goth if given the opportunity. That's the most fun. I love going to emo club nights still with my buddies, and it's all filled with millennials, so you don't feel old. And you're like, oh no. No, nothing like that. No, I was more like, no, let's go get vodka and get drunk in the park. And that was me. That was fun. Oh god. Oh, to be young again. But I remember once there was a park not near me. Well, it was sort of the park where everyone hung out. It was round the back of the big Tesco. And to get to it, you had to go over a hill at the back of the big Tesco and then walk across a field, and then you got to a little playground, like right in the middle of this field. And that was the park where everyone got drunk and made out and stuff. And we'd go into big Tesco first, and whoever looked the oldest would go in and get Cactus Jacks and Strongbow. Or, not Strongbow, it would be like White Lightning or something awful like that, and lots of blackcurrant. And we'd sit in the park and get drunk. And that was me at 16. But I was one of those, like, people always come up with excuses. Like, I remember my friend saying, right, you say I'm sleeping over at your house, and I'll say I'm sleeping over you say you're sleeping over at my house, and I'll say I'm sleeping over at your house. And they do all that. Lambrini, yes, Cherry Lambrini, that's the way to go. That park is a bloody runway now. I know, that's so weird. But what was I saying? Yeah, I always told my parents the truth, because I was like, if something goes wrong, then they need to know where to go looking for me. So I remember I got my dad to drop me off at that car park in Tesco's. I was like, can you drop me off at the big Tesco's? I'm getting pissed around the corner from it. I go, okay, here's a £5 for a cab home. I was like, okay, thanks. And they'd stay up and wait for me, or they'd come get me and drop me and like pick me up. Because it was considered that at least be honest about what you're doing. We'd rather know and be able to keep you at least somewhat safe. Yeah. That was my years growing up as a moody goth in Southend. If it wasn't a house party, I was getting drunk in the park. In a park somewhere, or on the seafront, but the seafront was often harder because there'd be police, so you'd have to find sneaky corners around the back of the theme park. There was sort of a bit you could hide, and then occasionally like someone would go, there's an unmarked car, and we go, everyone would run. Buckfast. £5 for a cab. It's now, yeah, I know, back in the day though, that's showing my age. When I turned 13, they gave me fresh house keys and told me not to wake them up when I got in. And I was the youngest of 5 girls. Mum had learned not to. There was no point by then. I went to so many hardcore gigs at the Minerva. I was making orange Smartie cocktails for my mates. Oh my god. You guys, we would have had so much fun together. Honestly, you guys are speaking my language, or at least my 15, 16-year-old self language. Now, not so much. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. Why was I talking about this? Probably for the same reason I'm talking to you guys. It was just go off on a tangent. But we were talking about how 3 pint drunk is the best level of drunk, and how our teenage selves would be ashamed at, like, because I say, oh my god, I better not have any more, I'm really drunk, after like 3 vodkas. I'm like, oh, I better have a soft drink now. And there was me as a teenager necking straight vodka and then chasing it with Coca-Cola. 2.5 pint drunk is a good, yeah, it's good at pool drunk. I love that. Yeah. But I think as you get older, you sort of learn it's not about the getting wasted. I think when you're a teenager, it was about trying to, like, how drunk could you get? Now it's just not about getting messy. I was a messy drunk as a teenager. But then who wasn't? Like, with all those hormones and stuff, like, God, if there wasn't a girl crying in the corner, then was it really a party? Don't know. If that girl wasn't me, then that's a surprise, you know? Oh, listen to that. Guys, this could be ASMR. I think Sam has forgotten that I really wanted to have a bath tonight, because I've now been on for an hour. 1, 2, 3. Make a wish, guys. Yeah. So am I even going to have time before bed? I mean, I guess I could go to bed late. That's fine. He always tells me off when I have a late bath, though. I don't know why. I'm like, it's not your problem. You're up anyway. Look at my UFO. I'm just having fun with this one, you guys. Like, I'll do some really cool looking ones later. Oh, I forgot about the... See, that we're learning. Oh, look how cool it looks from the other side. What? I might just show people that instead. That looks good. I can bath anytime. Okay. 2 shots count in that. Oh god, I hate shots. I hate shots. Because all my friends are like, let's get rosé tequila shots. I'm like, I hate girly drinks. Like Malibu. I love a cocktail. Don't get me wrong. Love a cocktail. Don't like coconut cocktails. But yeah, if we're doing shots, then I'll have a Zambuca or some kind of sour, but not tequila rosé, not a horrible tasting like milkshake thing. Last time I was out, they just kept appearing in front of me. I remember one of the first times that I met Sam, and this was when he still had another girlfriend. I think they'd had an argument that night, and he was at the pub, and he was trying to impress me, and to impress me, he brought over, like, you know, when they bring over like the plate of shots, he brought that over and went, "You gotta drink these with me because I'm having a terrible day." And I was trying to impress him, so I was like, okay. Each did half the shots on the thing. Bloody worked. Yeah, I thought you were cool back then. How wrong I was, Mr. Jonathan Creek. Ian McShane loving. Love a tequila shot. Have to have a lime wedge though. It's weird people who use lemons. Why would people use lemons? That's gross. I can't drink Malibu anymore because of teenage years or Southern Comfort or Bacardi. I love Bacardi. That was when we felt posh. I remember one of my friends, she just got a job at hairdressers, cleaning up the hair. And so she was like, "We are going out. It's my first payday. We are going out," which meant we were going to go sit on the beach and get drunk. And we got a bottle of Bacardi, because payday, and a bottle of Coke. And then we went into the McDonald's, and I asked them if we could have some cups. And we sat on the beach and made Bacardi and Coke on the beach. It was so much fun. I don't like tequila though. I'm telling you that right now. I like a margarita. I could not. I remember once someone, when I was a teenager, gave me a bottle of clear liquid and I assumed it was vodka, and at the time I could drink vodka like it was water, so I went to down it and it was tequila, and I was very ill that night. Oh my gosh. I can't drink ouzo now after a night at uni. Yeah, can't drink ouzo. Snort the salt. Snort the salt? What? In line your eye and down the no! Sounds awful. I've seen people doing that in Mexico. Have you seen in The Worm? We had a Mexican restaurant near us that did the who did Drink the Worm challenge, and there would be a worm in the shot and you'd have to drink the worm. That was fun. But yeah. So there's that. Mezcal. What's mezcal? Sounds like cowpole. I love cowpole. Oh no. So just trying to, oh, okay. Yeah, I remember like ouzo. It was one night as a teenager, and then yeah, that's why I can't drink ouzo. That one night as a teenager, which we don't talk about. It's like tequila sort of, but it had a little bag of smoked spices instead of the salt. Ooh, fancy. What did we do? But then I remember one night at uni, we decided to get Sambuca because we were drinking a lot of Sambuca and lemonade at the clubs, and we're like, why don't we just get our own bottle of Sambuca, pre-drink, and then save money? We'd always pre-drink, but we're like, why are we not pre-drinking Sambuca? So we got Sambuca, and I woke up. It was just me and one friend. All the other guys were doing other things. Yeah, not drink. Downstairs, me and my friend were drinking, and we decided to play a drinking game. You know, Ring of Fire? We played Ring of Fire, just the two of us, with Sambuca. We were idiots. I don't remember most of that night, but I do remember waking up in my bedroom, and everything reeked of Sambuca. Every surface was sticky, and I wanted to die. That was the worst. Me and my sister tried to drink it and leaving the window open. Yeah. Well, they were doing more than stuff that requires windows to be open. Yeah, luckily they were all very cool with me because they knew that I wasn't into that stuff. And they would just be like, do you fancy it? And I was like, no. And they went, okay then, you do you. There was no peer pressure in that house, which was good. Probably because what they were getting was so expensive and they didn't actually want to share it with me. So that's fine. God, I hated uni. I loved university. I loved going to the classes and stuff because I'm a big nerd. But I hated everything else about it. I was so happy when my friend from Southend moved down the second year. Did I miss preschool today? No, so Agent X, I'm colouring in today. I got an alien colouring in book and everyone is indulging me. And it is actually a proper one. I got this book called The Alien Encounters Colouring Book. They spelled colour wrong because it's American. But then it actually tells you, so this one is, oh god, I can barely read it because it's bled through now. The Aerial School Encounter from 1994, when some school kids in Zimbabwe saw some flying discs in the sky, and then some of them saw aliens come out of them. Over 50 of these kids all sort of corroborated the same story. But Sam, I know Sam wears contact lenses or glasses, but Jesus Christ, like, no, what did you enter tonight? Yeah, we've all just been chatting. Like, I said at the beginning, I wanted everyone to tell me about aliens. I said, I want to keep it on topic. I want everyone to tell me about aliens because that's what we're here for. And then Rosetta and V and Kate got me talking about Pat Sharp and Jonathan Creek and what we used to do as teenagers, drinking and listening to My Chemical Romance and everything. So yeah. My fault now. Yes, it is your fault. Nothing to do with me, the person with the microphone, at all. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have been enjoying it as well, because I could chat like this all night. Even if I'm getting a bit sore throat. You and Sam are made for each other. Aww, thank you. They have more backstory than EastEnders and Hollyoaks. I think it was you that started with the drink, possibly. I can't remember now. I can't remember who started what. But, yeah. Deroga story. I need to catch my breath. I've been talking too much. I'm getting lightheaded, you guys. But yeah, if you guys enjoy just listening to me talk while I badly colour in or stop colouring in so I can keep talking to you guys, then I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah, so that's fine. Last thing I need is preteen stories. Not preteen, actual teen. Thank you very much. 16, getting drunk in the park. That's what we were talking about. And gigs in Brixton. And yeah, all the stuff we used to get up to. And it turns out we would have all been good friends as teenagers, so which is nice. And quite frankly, I'm not surprised, if I'm honest. So I ended an AA meeting. No, I'm not anonymous about it. No, when I was a kid, I drank. Quite frankly, I'm really glad, like, I got it out of the way when I was a teenager, because when I went to uni, so the reason I hated uni, like the culture around university, was the fact that I was surrounded by a bunch of kids who had really strict parents and like hadn't had any freedom or whatever, whereas my parents were fairly cool. Like, they were okay with me drinking as long as I was safe and they knew where I was and stuff like that, and that, you know, was home by a certain time, things like that. So by the time I got to uni, I was like, been there, done that, bored of this now. And they were like, oh, first time away from mummy and daddy. And yeah, all went a bit mental, and I was like, I just want to do my homework, you guys, go away. So where do I get my Diamond White and Baby Sham? Nice. we were talking about drinks that you can't drink anymore, Agent X. So mine's Ouzo. Can't drink Ouzo. And I hate Malibu and anything like that. Not because of a bad night, just because I always thought it tasted horrible. And all my friends were like, always, whenever we made a fish bowl, they were just like, Malibu! I go, oh god, not again. But you can't not drink it. You get them from Tesco X, yes. Bet you love a port and lemonade. First time I got drunk on port, I think I was 16. And at a friend's house, her dad's house. And he had bought everyone beer to drink. And I was trying to be polite and going, oh yeah, thank you, having a beer. And then one of my friends piped in and went, she doesn't drink beer. And so he went, you don't drink beer? Oh god. And so he went to his cupboard and the only other thing he had was port. So he put a bottle of port in front of me and I was like, this is brilliant. It tastes like alcoholic Ribena. So yeah. And oh my god, I used to serve Ouzo when I worked behind a bar and look cute. I bet you'd still look cute behind a bar, Agent X. I don't think I could ever work in a bar. That always looks so stressful. And like, you have never tried port? You've got to have a port, especially at Christmas time. Love a glass of port. It's warming. It's good for your soul. I don't drink and haven't for 10 years, although sometimes I'll have a Glenlivet at Christmas. Nice. No one will be surprised to know I used to run a bar. Oh, really? I bet that was fun. Lol, strictly no alcohol from me anymore. Yeah, like I said, I don't drink, like, we don't have alcohol in the house. Not as a rule, just in general, neither me or Sam really drink. If I'm gonna have a drink. Dinner's ready. You had late dinner. Bye, Rosetta. It's been lovely chatting to you. Thank you for keeping us company tonight. And hopefully speak to you soon. Love you too. Yeah. We don't have alcohol in the house. If I'm gonna go out and drink, then I tend to... God, have like 4 or 5 and consider that like wild night. Normally it'll be more like 3 drinks. And then I'll be done. My dad has an easy run at Christmas, which used to be tradition in Wiltshire mining town at Christmas. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Dear. I'm starting to run out of steam, you guys. Honestly. I know. Distract. I know I've not finished my colouring. I think I did quite a bit. For a first time, remembering how to colour. Oh, there's the thing there. No, it's not. I wanted to get these colours because I see people, grown-up people, use them for colouring in. But actually, I think I would have been better off with just regular felt tips or pencils. Ah, Sam's coming up in a sec, so he will be taking over, I reckon. Or turning off for the night, I'm not sure. But I think he'll be doing a SETI stream, so don't go anywhere just yet. You've got to say hi to Sam. Yeah. I think this is a good start. And now I know that you guys will just stick around while I talk rubbish at you, which is nice. Hopefully it's not been too boring. I know it's not been our usual aliens. But like I said, I wanted you guys to tell me about aliens. Because I don't know much. I pick up a bit from Sam. Like I know the moon is weird now. Which I didn't know before. We met you guys. I think you've done a great job and it's been really fun. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much, V. The reptilians... Sex-shifting drone used to wear blue. Thingy take art with Auntie Leanne. Yeah, that's me. It's been nice and chilled and we have kept out of the usual gutter. Really? Well, that's good. Sam's rude. I tell him so. I can't... How did this... Get the pens back in. Listen to that. Listen. It's ASMR, you guys. I'll whisper stuff to you and I don't know what it's supposed to do. Can I sign up for Uncle Sammy? Painting session. That would be good. Get a bit dicey for a minute back there. Nearly did, Kate. But yeah, we could do ASMR. I can do that. Hi, how is everyone today? I don't think it's going to be any good, especially because I've got a lisp. Although maybe that makes it better. Silly sausages and sunny sunshine. I don't know. You must have the Bob Ross hair. Look, yes. Oh, I love Bob Ross. Bob Ross. I think when he used to do happy little trees in the corner, or there's no accidents, just there's no mistakes, just happy accidents, which I liked. This whole thing is a happy accident, and I'm happy about it, so that's nice. Have you seen the new Disclosure Part 3 trailer? No, I haven't. Sam might have. He doesn't tell me anything. Do you believe he was a serial killer? Bob Ross? Don't you dare. No, I think he was a wonderful man. You do? What? No. Why would Bob Ross be a serial killer? He's such a lovely man. He couldn't possibly be. His hands were shown where he hid the bodies. No. That could be fun. Not if the theory is funny. Well, I'm all for funny theories. But, don't come after Bob Ross. There'll be trouble. I've got an itchy ear, but I can't scratch it because I've got headphones on. Oh no. And hybrids have lived among us for 75 years. Have they? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, John Gacy. Yes. Man. Oh, I've just realised this whole time it's like I've been showing. I only did this whole thing just so I could show off my engagement ring, you guys. Look at that. So pretty. I feel like a princess. They found bodies under a tree that he had painted. I think it was a happy accident one, not sure. I wasn't being subtle, Sam. It looks blue. It's not blue. It just depends where you catch the light. Like, how are your fingers that wide? Thanks. I won't get a complex about that now. I'll be going out just trying to hide my fingers. I think it's distorted. The thing. Yeah. Just depends where you shine it. Maybe if I put a pink... No, that doesn't work. Science. You have weird fingers, lol. Yep. They're not fat fingers, you guys. It's just the camera. God. Sam's never gonna hear the end of this now. No, I'm not going on there again. Oh, the Star Trek sign. I can't do that. I can do it if I... Come on. Ugh, for a second there. I can do it. There we go, with that hand. But I can't do it naturally. Like, I have to... There we go. Oh, kind of. I love Star Trek. I've been watching Voyager.
Hi, big fingers.
Just died. Hi, darling.
Hi, big fingers.
I don't have big fingers. I'm not going to do this again if people bully me. God. I want all the people who can do the Star Trek sign to move to the left. No, that's the right. No, I like the right. I can't do the Star. Yeah, I've been rewatching. So I finished Deep Space Nine now, and now I'm back onto Voyager. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. One night, next time I do colouring, maybe we can talk about Star Trek, because I could do that for hours. In fact, I think I'm probably going to go listen to... There's a podcast I listen to, Mission Zach. They're two Australian comedians, and they're currently doing a Star Trek mini-series where they're forcing one of the Mish, who does not like sci-fi, they're forcing her to watch all the Ferengi episodes. All the episodes of Deep Space Nine that feature the Grand Nagus. I can't do it.
You got, look, it's a squared, so you got look right there, like that. Okay, see that you got. Yeah, there's one there. Right.
Yeah. Oh, it's not so easy, is it?
There's something in that corner. You got some rubbish in there, but there we go.
Yeah,
big fingers good.
it's very funny, so I'm probably going to have a bath and listen to that. And Sam can talk to you about actual things. Shut up! I think when Sam shows Starfleet, he should wear Starfleet shirt. Yes, he should be a red shirt.
Ah, I see.
No one knew that Alan had a tail. Everyone's been really freaked out discovering that Alan has a tail.
If they want to see the tail, they've got to go on his own, the Alans.
Look at his tail, you guys. And he wags it.
He's got a little butt.
Got a little butt. And he wags his butt, you guys. Thank you guys for having me. I have really enjoyed myself. Doing a bit of colouring, getting artistic. I typically have pen all over my hands now, like a child. So that's fun. But I am going to hand back over to Sam now.
Well, I think it's a bit late to do a SETI on the Saturday.
Is it?
So, yeah, it was...
Yes, please definitely do sign up. Do you want to do some colouring in and say hi to everyone?
I'd embarrass myself getting it out the lines.
I got it out the lines. Everyone said it was really good anyway. It's artistic. To be fair, I've nearly done 2 hours now.
You nearly have.
I told you I was only going to do an hour. Where were you?
Work.
Work. God, isn't he boring?
I know.
And I'm marrying him.
Fool.
But it's been absolutely amazing talking to you guys. Thanks for letting me ramble at you. I know it's not the usual stream, but I've had fun, and I hope you have too. And I'm sure we'll do this again at some point, and I'll come prepared with at least something vaguely sci-fi, like chatting about Star Trek or whatever, which I would thoroughly enjoy, because I love Star Trek, and Sam doesn't. So I need people to talk to about it, and I can tell you guys all about it, so that's fine. I'm going to get out of the way now, and let Sam shut it all down and stuff. But love you.
Hopefully a Skywatch tomorrow, guys.
You gotta say hi to everyone though, at least.
Hi, Glasses Thursday. That's the real reason I wasn't on. Couldn't bear the ridicule again. So, but thanks, guys, and yeah, back to Skywatch tomorrow. So, thanks again. Bye bye.